got this. You got this. I'm pretty sure he won, chat. Can I get confirmation? Did he? Booga won? Let's go! Freaking Booga, man. He's the best. Alright, chat. I'm down to do some random squats. Thank you so much for the 10 subs. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for the love. What's up, Sela? Dímelo, dímelo. ¿Cómo está? What's up, Mauricio? Hola, Cody.
On my stream, I want to meet people and just have a conversation with them.
Hello? How are you?
I want them to feel special. Just have fun and hopefully help them to a victory.
I'm on my way. You got a million people on you. Oh, I see them. Yeah, they're hot. Down another one. Let's go!
I always liked playing video games, and that was my happiness. But I was so shy. I was always alone. I was always afraid. I was starting to struggle. I went from so low, having nothing, to this life that I can only dream of ever having. I grew up in Puerto Rico, in this little town called Juana Diaz. My mom was a single mother. She was working like 12 to 14 hours a day, trying to put food on the table for us.
No fue fácil, te digo, fue bien difícil porque las cosas nos, tú sabes, económicamente y todo eso, la vida es dura.
That's my house in Puerto
My mom,
Rico.
she used to leave me at my grandma's house. She was there for me.
María era muy cercana a mi madre, pues fue la que me ayudó a criarla, la que siempre, siempre, siempre tenía una palabra de amor y de cariño.
I always liked playing video games, and that was my happiness. My family used to make fun of me.
But yeah, that's the town that I grew up in. I grew up in Juana Diaz, and the one person that you just saw there, that's mommy. That's my mom. Let me tell you guys something. When Booga was playing that tournament, they were here like filming with huge cameras, and you guys couldn't see it, and it was the funniest thing ever, because I was just like, normally playing, and then they have this insane camera right here in my face and behind it, and you guys couldn't see any of that. It's so cute though. They actually got to see how I actually stream.
They call me strange for being different, but my grandma, she was very caring and non-judging. She'll like just sit next to me, she will comfort me and just have a conversation with me. She was the only one that I could just talk to. My town was a little too dangerous for me, so I always stayed inside at home playing video games. I was a straight A student, but when I was 13 years old, my mom told me, we're leaving, we're going to New York. I was just so confused. I didn't understand what was happening. I didn't want to leave my home and leave my grandmother. In New York, I went to a school where I was the only Latina. I sounded different, I looked different, I dressed differently, and I didn't speak any English, so I got made fun of. I used to pick up my lunch and just go into the bathroom and eat my lunch in the bathroom. My grades were just dropping. I started begging my mom, please, let's go back to Puerto Rico. Let's go back home. Like, everything is so wrong here. But she started helping me. She started translating every homework I had. It took me like 6 months for me to understand English and be able to like speak a little bit. It seemed like things started to get better. I made friends, and we just play video games together.
Ella llegaba de la escuela, hacía las asignaciones, estudiaba, se bañaba, comía, pero el resto del tiempo era jugando.
I graduated high school and went to college. But back in Puerto Rico, my grandma had Alzheimer's, and it just got worse and worse. My mom was in Puerto Rico with my grandmother, and I got a call from my mom. My grandmother had passed away, and
escuché un silencio. Y ahí María, ¿qué mami qué? Y me cuentan la gente que María corrió, se fue corriendo y por todo aquello.
it's devastating. It was so much. My family kind of collapsed. And life just changed. I went to Puerto Rico to go to her funeral. I was so low. That was the last time I was in Puerto Rico. I made a promise that I was gonna go back to see her when I've accomplished something. I want to make her proud. I went from playing video games because you were happy to playing video games because you just want to distract yourself. I played for 15 to 16 hours a day. I would go to sleep, wake up to eat, just over and over. And that's where I met Alyssa in one of my matches. She was in Canada. Me and her just started talking, and I told her about what happened to me and what happened about my grandmother. And she just sat there listening. I realized that I was falling for her. She just made me happy. So I moved to Canada when I was 19. It was very hard for us. We just struggled the entire time. Struggled to feed ourselves. We struggled for money. It was really terrible. But we saved some money, got an apartment, and we bought consoles. I remember Alyssa telling me, "You're gonna stream." I'm like, "You think me, I can talk to a camera? I'm so shy. I can't even talk to people in person. Why are we doing this? This is so dumb." She's like, "'Cause you're gonna stream." I was like, "Okay, you're out of your mind."
Oh my
Hi,
god.
what's up? It's Maria Lopez, also known as Chica Boricua. I am 20 years old. I was born in Ponce, Puerto Rico.
I had a camera, a monitor, and was holding my camera was a box of crackers. I was so awkward, oh my god.
For now, I'm gonna be providing you guys some pretty cool gameplays. That's what I think.
It went on hours and hours. It was great.
Love you guys. See you later.
Oh no. Baby Chica.
It took a while for me to be more of myself and not so shy. The more and more I did it, the more I saw people coming back. I heard that there was a game that was free, that was Battle Royale.
GG! That's what I like.
And as soon as I started playing, we were just grinding wins. I had so much fun.
Go, baby!
I started streaming randoms because I wanted to meet people.
Hello. Hi, how are you?
I wanted to have a conversation with them.
How many comments do you have? What's your number one question? Go ahead.
I wasn't just the streamer. It was like a community.
Hi, Chad. How are you? I appreciate you guys. Thank you. Thank you.
They know how much anxiety I have, how shy I am, and they help me. We just bonded. I appreciate you guys. Love you very much. Bye.
I love you, Chad.
People started recognizing my voice from my videos. I gained like 6 million followers on TikTok, 2.2 million followers on Twitch. And YouTube, I went from 500,000 to 1.2 million.
Let's go!
Then Epic asked me, would you like to be the next outfit in the game? Me in the video game, my favorite video game, be part of that? And I'm happy with what I've chosen. It's Puerto Rico, LGBTQ, and my pickaxe has my grandma's name on it. She will be in the game with me forever. So it feels great. It feels amazing.
My house.
I made a promise to my grandmother that I was gonna go back to Puerto Rico. And now is the time. I haven't been there in 9 years. Just landed in Puerto Rico. I'm super excited to see my family. I feel like I've accomplished more than I ever thought I would. So I think I'm ready to go see my grandmother. She would be proud.
Alaida Correa Rodriguez. I wanted to be honest, I wanted to share this. I wanted to share this with you guys. But I also didn't want to have a mic on me or anything like that. So when they asked me, they're like, would you want to stay? I'm like, yeah, I do. But this is a moment where I've waited so long that I made sure that I didn't see them. I wanted to keep the video and the recordings of me going and visiting her so I could always go back to it and see it and share it with my community. But I didn't want to see them. Aquí, chat. Esta es mi casa. This is my house in Puerto Rico. Listen, I wasn't in Puerto Rico for 9 years. No one lived this house. There was hurricanes, earthquakes, tormenta, huracanes, terremotos. La casa está rota. But I'm gonna fix it. I already fixed the ceiling. Okay? All right?
A lot of time has passed since anyone has lived here. It's been 9 years. Shit. Oh my. The house is just broken. So sad to see something you love so much be destroyed by hurricanes and earthquakes.
My trophies!
Actually, in my grandma's house before she passed away. This is me on my 2nd or 3rd birthday. That's so insane. I still have that face. These are my awards for excellency in school. I feel like this house was so big. When I was little, I feel like this house was like a mansion. We had our tree right in this corner. As soon as I woke up on Christmas morning or Three Kings Day, I woke up, run, and all my presents were right here. I used to go from big to small because I'm like, if there's a console, it's gonna be a big one. It was a little sprint from my room to the Christmas tree, from the Christmas tree back to my room, close the door, I'm done. Set for the entire Christmas. And this is my room. I have my setup right there. I have my PlayStation, Need for Speed, 007, Nintendo 64. That's all I needed. And I never leave this room. Never leave this room, just stayed here. And I was happy, honestly, I was happy. It's insane. Oh my. It's good to be home. I want to make it better for her, for my mom, so we can have our old house back. Hopefully make new memories, because we made so many old memories here. Hopefully we make new memories. Yep.
That's my house. Esa es mi casa. When we were like, yeah, let's go record my house, blah, 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 there was a dead iguana. Había una iguana ahí muerta ahí en la casa. Y yo, pero ¿qué es esto, mi pana? Hay que sacar la iguana de aquí, man. A lot of the things that were here were from my grandma's house. Because when she passed away, the family was not able to keep my grandma's house in the family. Like, you know, someone else bought it. I went to the person's house, knocked on their door, and told them, I will pay for this house. Like, if you ever think of selling it, I will buy my grandma's house, because that's where I live, right? And she looked at me like I was crazy. She's like, see? I'm like, listen, I promise. You give me a chance, I will buy this house. But I don't think she's gonna let me get the house or something like that, because the way she was looking at me. But she did let me go in, and I started bawling my eyes out again. There was a lot of crying during this trip. So the thing about Puerto Rico is like everybody's super friendly. So I went and knocked on their door, made friends with the person that owns my grandma's house right now. And she's like, yeah, you can come in. I was like, really? She's like, yeah, you can come in. And as soon as I got into the rooms, I was bawling my eyes out. You gotta just think like all the memories. Because yeah, I grew up in this house, but the person that lived this house was actually my sister-in-law and my niece and nephew. After like I was like 6 or 7 years old, and then the rest of the time that I was in Puerto Rico, I actually lived with my grandma. Like, that's my second mom. That's how I see my grandma. It's my second mom. So I lived with her that entire time. Yo, the trophies, just so you guys know, I am Estrella Struden, okay? These are my grandma was like part of a church, and these are all her documents and stuff. And I was able to like give them to my mom, and she started bawling her eyes as well. Like we thought that all the documents that my grandma had, she did a lot of like writing in notebooks. We were able to find it and give it to her. This is a picture that my grandma had hanging on her house. So finding that was great. Finding that was a good feeling. I told you guys my name was long. Imagine having to write that name in first grade. Imagine having to write that entire name in first grade. You're just learning how to write. I took the entire paper for me to write in my name. No, by the time I was done, the class was over, because I wanted it to be like perfectly written on the María de Los Ángeles Torre López. This was my mom's room, and anytime it was super hot, we all ran into this room because it was the only room with AC. This is Juan Diaz. This is where I grew up. I used to go here with my grandma. I'm pretty sure like I ran this entire thing a bunch of times. But yeah, I get to share that with you guys. This is amazing. That trip needed to happen. It did. And I just want to say the trip wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for Epic. Not the way it did. The way it did, I was able to share it with you guys. The way it did, I can have records of it and keep it and show it to, if I end up having kids, I can show this to my kids, and I can show this to my mom and nephews and aunts and uncles and primos y las primas and you guys. I just want to say thank you so much, Epic, for putting all this together and allowing me to have these memories and this trip and be able to share it with my community. Gracias por yo poder compartir mi historia con miles, millones de personas, y gracias por darme este momento con mi familia y poderlo compartir también. So, muchas gracias a Epic, muchas gracias a Luni, muchas gracias a Victory Pictures, a Beth, a su esposo, a todas las personas que estuvieron parte de esto, porque it wasn't just me, you know, it was Alyssa, it was Alyssa's mom, it was Cosmic, it was my family. I had my sister working, making sure that the venue was working. It took so many people for this to be the way it is. And I'm so happy that you guys are enjoying the video. There's so much positive comments that I'm seeing in the chat. I love you guys. I'm so happy I'm able to hear it. Tengo tanto sentimiento. Estoy tan emocionada, sentimiento, nerviosa, feliz, de todo lo que tú puedas pensar. I love you, chat. It was so personal. It's nice to see you like that. Yeah, I was a little bit afraid. I'm not gonna lie. Like I told you guys, I was a little bit afraid to get that personal, but I'm glad I did, and it worked out great. And I'm glad I'm able to share my experience in my life with you guys.